Imagine waking up in 2026 and realizing the biggest wealth creation opportunity of this decade doesn't belong to programmers, engineers, or tech insiders. It belongs to the person who understands leverage, not code, not complexity. Leverage. Right now, most people are watching AI from the sidelines, thinking they relate, thinking they missed it, thinking they're not technical enough. But what if I told you that being non-technical is not a weakness anymore? It's an advantage. This isn't a talk about building apps, writing code, or inventing the next big platform. This is about using what already exists to create real income, real freedom, and real momentum starting from zero. No team, no investors, no background in tech. Just clear thinking, fast execution, and the courage to act while others are still overthinking. By the end of this video, you won't just understand how AI makes money, you'll understand how people actually do. You'll see why most fail even with powerful tools, why speed beats talent in the AI era, and how ordinary individuals are positioning themselves to hit 7 figures by solving simple problems in smart ways. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by stuck in learning mode or unsure where to start, stay with me. Because once you see how this game is really played, you won't look at opportunity the same way again, and you'll realize that 2026 isn't about catching up. It's about stepping in and taking your share. AI is not the product people pay for. It is the leverage that multiplies speed, output, and results. This distinction is critical because most people misunderstand where money is actually made. Tools don't create wealth, outcomes do. Businesses don't wake up wanting artificial intelligence. They wake up wanting more revenue, lower costs, faster execution, and fewer headaches. AI is simply the force that allows those results to happen with less time, fewer people, and lower friction. When you treat AI as the product, you compete with thousands of tools, platforms, and updates that can replace you overnight. When you treat AI as leverage, you position yourself as the solution to a painful problem, which is far harder to replace. Leverage means 1 unit of effort produces 10 or 100 units of result. Before AI, leverage came from capital, teams, or technology expertise. In 2026, leverage comes from knowing how to apply AI to real-world problems in practical ways. A single person can now do the work of an entire department if they understand how to guide, structure, and deploy AI correctly. That shift changes who wins. The advantage no longer belongs to the best coder, but to the person who understands workflows, bottlenecks, and decision-making inside businesses. When AI is used as leverage, it becomes invisible to the customer. The client doesn't care which model you used, how complex the system is, or how advanced the prompts are. They care that their marketing is produced faster, their leads are qualified automatically, their support tickets are resolved instantly, or their internal operations run without constant human input. The value is measured in time saved, money earned, and stress removed. That is why leverage matters more than innovation. Innovation excites engineers, leverage excites buyers. Seeing AI. Leverage also forces a mindset shift from experimentation to execution. Instead of asking what AI can do, the better question becomes where effort is wasted and how AI can compress that effort. Every repetitive task, every manual process, every delay between action and result is an opportunity for leverage. The person who identifies these friction points and inserts AI strategically become extremely valuable even without technical skills. Leverage also compounds. Once a system works, it can be reused, refined, and applied across multiple clients or industries. One solution can generate income repeatedly without starting from zero each time. This is how a single individual scales impact without scaling workload. AI does not replace human judgment, positioning, or strategy. It amplifies them. The real asset is not the technology itself, but the clarity to direct it toward outcomes people are willing to pay for. Non-technical people win in the AI economy not by building technology, but by packaging results. Building requires deep technical skill, long development cycles, and constant maintenance. Packaging requires clarity, positioning, and understanding what the customer actually wants. In 2026, the market rewards the person who can take something complex and turn it into something simple, predictable, and valuable. Most businesses are overwhelmed by AI. They know it's powerful, but they don't know how to use it in a way that directly impacts revenue or efficiency. That confusion creates opportunity for those who can translate capability in outcome. Packaging means turning raw AI power into a clear promise. Instead of selling tools, prompts, or features, you sell transformation. You sell saved hours, reduced costs, higher conversion rates, or faster execution. The buyer does not want to learn AI. They want AI to disappear into the background while results appear in the foreground. This is where non-technical people dominate because they think in terms of benefits, not systems. They communicate in outcomes, not architecture. The strongest advantage of packaging is speed. You don't need months to build software or perfect a platform. You can combine existing AI tools, workflows, and automation into a repeatable service or offer within days. The value is not in originality, but in arrangement. Just like a chef doesn't invent ingredients, but creates a meal people are willing to pay for, the AI packager assembles tools into something usable and profitable. Execution matters more than invention. Packaging also creates trust. When an offer is simple and specific, buyers feel safe. A clear deliverable removes risk. Businesses are far more likely to pay for something that sounds predictable than something that sounds impressive. Saying you provide an AI system means nothing. Saying you generate qualified leads daily or cut customer support response time in half means everything. Clarity converts better than complexity. Another reason packaging wins is adaptability. When tools change, the offer stays the same. The customer doesn't care what's under the hood as long as the outcome remains consistent. This protects you from being replaced by the next update or competitor. You're not selling software, you're selling reliability. Non-technical operators thrive here because they are not emotionally attached to tools. They switch, upgrade, and optimize without ego. Packaging also allows premium pricing. Businesses pay more for certainty than for access. When you take responsibility for results, you move from being a tool provider to a solution provider. That shift changes the relationship. You are no longer selling AI, you're selling peace of mind, speed, and measurable impact. In an AI-saturated world, the person who can simplify, frame, and deliver outcomes becomes the most valuable player in the room. Distribution is the real multiplier in the AI economy because ideas are abundant and attention is scarce. In 2026, the gap between success and failure is not who builds the smartest system, but who gets in front of the right people. He first and earns their trust. Innovation without distribution is invisible. You can have the most effective AI solution in the world, but if no one knows you exist, it produces zero value. This is why distribution beats innovation every time. Access to attention turns ordinary ideas into profitable businesses. Most people assume they need a breakthrough product to win, but the market rarely rewards breakthroughs without reach. What it rewards is familiarity. Buyers choose what they recognize, not what is objectively best. Distribution creates familiarity through repeated exposure, consistent messaging, and perceived authority. When people see your ideas often enough, they associate you with the solution, even if others offer similar or bare technology. Trust is built through presence, not perfection. Owning distribution does not mean having millions of followers. It means having direct access to a specific audience that already has a problem you can solve. This could be an email list, a social media niche, a community network, or even direct relationships within an industry. One small but targeted audience can outperform massive reach with no relevance. When you control the audience, you control demand. You don't beg for customers, you educate them. Distribution also shortens the feedback loop. When you can instantly put an idea in front of people, you learn what works faster than anyone else. You can test offers, refine messaging, and adapt in real time. This speed compounds. While others are perfecting products in isolation, you are improving in public. The market trains you if you stay close to it. Another reason distribution wins is pricing power. When people trust you, they pay more and question less. Authority allows you to charge for clarity, not just functionality. The same AI solution sold by a stranger feels risky, but sold by someone the audience already knows feels safe. This reduces resistance and accelerates decisions. Trust converts faster than features. Distribution also protects you from competition. Tools can be copied, prompts can be shared, systems can be rebuilt. Attention and relationships cannot be cloned easily. When you own the relationship, competitors must fight uphill for every customer. Even if someone offers a cheaper or technically superior solution, many buyers will stay with the person they already trust. In the AI era, innovation is rented and constantly changing, but distribution is owned and durable. Platforms evolve, models improve, and tools become commodities, but attention compounds over time. The person who builds an audience, a reputation, or a network creates a permanent advantage that new technology cannot erase. In 2026, the smartest move is not to ask what to build, but who to serve and how to stay connected to them consistently, starting with services before products is the fastest and safest way to make money with AI, because services create immediate cash flow and real-world insight. Pro, ducts require assumptions. Services create proof. When you offer an AI-powered service, you are paid to learn what actually works in the market instead of guessing from behind a screen. Every client becomes a live case study, revealing real problems, objections, and an expectation that no amount of research can uncover. Services remove the pressure of perfection. You don't need a polished platform, custom software, or scalable infrastructure on day one. You only need a clear outcome and the ability to deliver it using AI tools that already exist. This lowers the barrier to entry dramatically. You can start with simple workflows, manual oversight, and off-the-shelf tools, then refine as demand grows. Revenue arrives while the system is still evolving, which is the opposite of most failed product launches. Service-based models also allow flexibility. If something doesn't work, you can adjust immediately. You can change tools, processes, or positioning without breaking a product or disappointing thousands of users. This adaptability is critical in an AI landscape that changes rapidly. Tools evolve, models improve, and best practices shift constantly. Services allow you to ride those changes instead of being crushed by them. Another advantage of services is pricing leverage. When you sell a service, you sell responsibility. Clients pay more when you own the outcome rather than just providing access. Businesses are willing to spend significant amounts if you remove complexity and deliver results. This makes it easier to reach meaningful revenue with fewer customers. A small number of high-value clients can fund your growth faster than thousands of low-paying users. Services also reveal patterns. As you work with multiple clients, you start to notice the same requests, challenges, and solutions repeating. These patterns are signals. They show you what the market truly wants and where standardization is possible. This is where products are born organically. Instead of guessing what to build, you extract it from proven demand. When you eventually productize, you do so with confidence. You already know the language customers use, the features that matter, and the outcomes they care about. Your product is no longer an experiment. It is a packaged version of something people have already paid for. This dramatically increases the odds of success. Services also build credibility and trust. Results create reputation. Testimonials, case studies, and referrals emerge naturally. By the time you introduce a product, you are not a stranger asking for attention, but a proven operator with a track record. In the AI economy, momentum matters. Services create momentum first and products scale it later. Cash flow, clarity, and confidence all come from starting where value is delivered directly and immediately. Speed, simplicity, and sales matter more than perfection because AI rewards momentum, not hesitation. In a fast-moving environment, the biggest risk is waiting. Too long to act. Perfection creates delay, and delay kills opportunity. By the time something feels ready, the market has already moved. In 2026, the advantage belongs to those who execute quickly, test in real conditions, and adjust based on feedback. AI lowers the cost of experimentation, which means the penalty for moving fast is small. But the penalty for waiting is massive. Simplicity is what allows speed. Complex ideas take longer to explain, sell, and implement. Simple offers spread faster and convert better. When someone understands your value in seconds, decisions happen quickly. AI can do incredibly advanced things, but complexity should stay behind the scenes. The market doesn't reward sophistication, it rewards clarity. A simple promise delivered consistently will outperform a complex solution explained poorly. People buy what they understand, not what impresses them. Sales matter because ideas do not create income, transactions do. Many people hide behind learning, refining, or improving because selling feels uncomfortable. But selling is not manipulation, it is communication. It is clearly explaining how a problem gets solved and inviting someone to participate. In the AI era, the person who can sell clearly will always outperform the person who only builds quietly. AI can automate execution, but it cannot replace human conviction and decision making. Speed also creates learning. Every sale teaches something. Every rejection reveals friction. Every conversation and sharpens positioning. When you sell early, you collect real data instead of opinions. This feedback loop is what refines the offer. Waiting for perfection cuts you off from the market's guidance. Progress happens through iteration, not isolation. Simplicity also protects focus. When offers are complicated, energy gets scattered across too many features, promises, or directions. Simple models allow repeatability. Repeatability creates efficiency. Efficiency creates scale. AI amplifies this effect by handling repetitive tasks, but only if the core system is clean and understandable. Messy foundations do not scale, even with powerful tools. Sales-driven execution also builds confidence. Confidence does not come from preparation, it comes from action. Each small win compounds belief and momentum. Momentum is visible, and visibility attracts opportunity. People trust operators who move, not thinkers who wait. In 2026, the winner will not be those with flawless systems, but those with functional ones in the market. AI levels the technical playing field, making execution the true differentiator. When speed, simplicity, and sales align, progress becomes inevitable, and perfection becomes irrelevant. As we bring this together, remember this: the AI revolution isn't about intelligence, credential, or technical skill. It's about leverage, action, and clarity. The people who win in 2026 won't be the ones who know the most about AI, but the ones who move first, simplify value, and sent AI close to real problems. You don't need permission, perfect timing, or a flawless plan. You need momentum. When you treat AI as leverage, focus on packaging outcomes, build distribution, start with services, and execute with speed. You stop chasing opportunity and start creating it. This is not a future reserved for a select few. It's open to anyone willing to think differently and act decisively. The tools are already here. The market is already paying. The only real question left is whether you'll stay in preparation mode or step into execution. Progress doesn't come from waiting for confidence. It comes from doing the work before you feel ready. If you apply even one idea from this message, you're already ahead of most people. I want to wish you the courage to move fast, the discipline to stay simple, and the confidence to sell your value without apology. Good luck on your journey. May you build boldly, learn quickly, and create results that exceed your expectations. Thank you for giving me your time, your attention, and your trust. Stay focused, stay hungry, and keep moving forward.